Everything that you're hearing about buyer broker agreements is probably 100% wrong. Do you actually need a contract before you go and see a house, like an open house or a private showing? The rules for buying real estate has changed, and there's something very important that you need to understand before you start your home buying process. Starting August 17th, 2024, you now need to sign a written agreement with your agent before seeing a house, which is basically going to outline how much that agent is going to get compensated for their services. But here's the catch. You may find yourself in a long-term commitment you didn't expect. Plus, you may be obligated to pay that agent even if you bought a house with another real estate agent. So when do you need to sign these forms and when do you not need to sign these forms, and what are these different types of forms and what do they mean? Before I address if you actually need to sign anything before going into an open house, different from a private showing with your agent, I want to actually go over what the different types of agreements are, because there's 3 of them and there's main differences between all of them that buyers need to know before they sign anything with an agent. Number 1, a touring agreement. This is like a casual lunch date, simple and for touring up to 3 properties and open houses. But remember, even with this low level of commitment, if you buy the property, you'll need to use that agent and pay the agreed amount unless you cancel the contract before working with another real estate agent. Number 2, a non-exclusive agreement. This is a setup. Basically covers a broader area or a type of property. The agent owes you a fiduciary responsibility, and this agreement might cover more than just one specific property, kind of like an entire area or property type. If you buy any home within that scope, you might owe a commission. And last but not least, an exclusive agreement. This is the most binding, no working with any other agents, and you might owe money even if you buy elsewhere. This is kind of like a marriage. You're locked in contract and you're working with this agent. They're gonna get paid. So make sure that you choose the right real estate agent, because who you work with makes all the difference, from your experience to getting your offer accepted. But what are questions that you should be asking your real estate agent? Because these are all questions that I answer for all of my clients, because I want them to understand exactly how this relationship is gonna work so I could exceed their expectations. How long does a contract last for? What properties does this contract cover? What if it's not working out? How much will I owe when I buy a house? What happens if I can't afford to pay your commission when I buy a house? For tenants, the same questions would apply in the sense of it's still going to be an agreement. You may have a tenancy agreement, but you still want to ask those same questions so that way you know exactly what the relationship is, what the agreement is, and what you're signing, because that's important, right? So as of right now, no, you do not need to sign any written agreement or contract before you go into an open house. You may be asked to sign in, which is different, but be very cautious of what agents are telling you you're required to sign during an open house. But let's say that you want to go and see a house when it's not open. In that case, you would need to sign a contract, and I would actually love to sit down and do a buyer consultation to go over A through Z of buying a house with me.